What do motorcycles, Pokémon, and high-tech have in common? The answer comes from Honda with a vehicle that resembles a Pokémon, balances itself effortlessly, and provides a sneak peek into what the future might hold. From March 7th to 9th, 2025, this unique vehicle will be on display at the Honda Welcome Plaza Aoyama in Tokyo. And what might seem like a pure marketing stunt at first glance reveals itself upon closer inspection as a real technological marvel. So let's dive into what's behind Koraidon, how Honda merges cutting-edge mobility technology with a dash of pop culture, and why the entire subject is far more thrilling than it seems. Because the technology is already much further along than you might think.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Koraidon, known from the games Pokémon Scarlet and Violet, actually comes to life, at least that's the goal. The vehicle stands 2.5 meters long, weighs 303 kilograms, and has been reconstructed with extreme attention to visual detail. At first glance, it seems like nothing more than a plastic figure, but under the hood, there's genuine high-tech. Sure, for Pokémon fans, it's a real eye-catcher, but the technical capabilities of Koraidon truly elevate the project to an entirely new and impressive level. Honda has equipped Koraidon with a special self-balancing technology that we first saw back in 2017 at CES, at the time on a modified NC750X. The technology is called Honda Riding Assist and was originally developed to keep motorcycles steady at low speeds or even when fully at a standstill. This very system is now built into the Pokémon bike, but in an upgraded version that can do even more, according to Honda's claims. Koraidon is designed to move on 4 legs as well as stand stably on 2 wheels. However, we haven't actually seen it in action yet, as the thing has only been displayed statically so far. But Honda's balance technology works. They demonstrated that years ago, and it's likely to have advanced significantly since then. But the crucial question remains, is it just about the show, or could there genuinely be something deeper behind it?
Balance AI. What can Honda's Riding Assist really do?
The foundation for Koraidon's movements is the Riding Assist technology. This system ensures that the vehicle maintains its balance on its own, whether it's standing still, moving slowly, or needs to stabilize itself from an unstable position. Especially exciting, the system works entirely without training wheels or similar aids. The sensors detect even the slightest tilt and actively control the balance through the steering. In this way, Koraidon can even roll forward or backward without anyone sitting on it. Precisely this kind of autonomous balance could prove helpful for standard motorcycles in the future, particularly when starting up or navigating through tight spaces. It also gets interesting when it comes to accessibility. A self-balancing motorcycle could make it easier for people with physical limitations to get back on a bike. At the same time, the technology could assist beginners who frequently feel unsure at low speeds or in urban traffic conditions. Another topic, extremely large and heavy motorcycles which many riders feel they can't confidently manage. Honda isn't alone in pursuing this technical idea, yet could this technology potentially have some disadvantages? What happens to the typical motorcycle feel, the direct feedback between rider, the machine, and the road?
Competition and inspiration. Who else is working on self-balancing motorcycles?
Honda isn't the only player in this field with the Koraidon. Yamaha and Kawasaki have also been researching similar concepts for years, and even tech companies like Intellius are getting involved. A fascinating comparison. Back in 2017, the same year as Honda's Riding Assist, Yamaha introduced the Motorrad concept. Here, it's less about pure stability and more about the relationship between human and machine. Yamaha refers to it as Chinkikano, which truly embodies the perfect harmony between rider and vehicle. With the Motorrad 2 showcased at the Japan Mobility Show 2023, this system was significantly enhanced and advanced. including innovative balance technology called AMCES and a range of lifelike responses designed to make the motorcycle feel almost like a living creature. It could recognize the owner via a camera, move autonomously, and even follow the rider. And then there's Kawasaki. They presented the BEX at the International Robot Exhibition that took place in 2022. A robotic ibex that can move forward both by walking and rolling smoothly on its integrated wheels. Also controllable via the handlebars. Here too, it's clear that the balance concepts are no longer just science fiction. Even software companies like Intellias from Ukraine are working on self-balancing motorcycles, though more from a universal perspective. Their concept, showcased at CES 2022, relies on fully autonomous control with a focus on beginner drivers and people with disabilities. The message is clear. The major manufacturers and the tech industry see enormous potential in this technology. But does that mean that in the future, we'll all only be riding motorcycles with balance AI?
Self-balancing motorcycles, future or gimmick?
What does this technology bring to real life? Sure, there are plenty of advantages. For one, more safety at low speeds, so you don't tip over as easily, you don't lose your balance as easily, and so on. It's helpful for beginners and also for those who returning to it who still need to build up their confidence or who regain that feeling. Especially for those edge cases. Then there are new mobility options available for individuals who are dealing with physical limitations. But there are also certain aspects that need to be critically examined and carefully considered. The direct connection to the machine might be somewhat diminished or could even be significantly weakened over time. Technically, the whole thing is of course complex, which means it comes with more maintenance and potentially more sources of error. Moreover, this naturally leads to higher costs, which could deter beginners from getting involved. Especially the question of the authentic driving experience is likely to divide the community. Do we actually want motorcycles that actively assist us while riding? Or does motorcycling stay so captivating precisely because we maintain complete control over it? The exciting part is, Honda itself doesn't claim that such systems are meant to replace classic motorcycles. Instead, they see the Koraidon and Kokin more as an addition, an option, an opportunity to reach new target audiences and experiment with innovative mobility concepts. Perhaps such technologies will ultimately find their way into assistance systems or entirely new vehicle classes that we can't even envision today.
AI learns to ride a motorcycle. Robots with real driving skills.
While Honda presents a theoretically drivable model with Koraidon, another project is taking a completely different approach. Researchers from the Robot and AI Institute have developed a system that not only rides a motorcycle autonomously, but can even perform stunts. The project is called the Ultramobile Vehicle and uses artificial intelligence to improve itself. So, what can the UMV do now? Drive autonomously without a human driver? Jump, perform stunts? Abruptly stop and avoid obstacles. It can even drive in reverse, this thing. And it masters this precise balance control through reinforcement learning, a method of machine learning where the robot continuously refines and enhances its abilities by repeatedly testing, learning, and adapting its actions over time. So you define the goal of what you want to accomplish, and the AI has to independently figure out how to achieve that result. The control it has learned is truly impressive. Equipped with a special arm structure, the vehicle is also capable of performing bunny hops, so controlled jumps where the vehicle can precisely land on its rear wheel by strategically adjusting its weight distribution. And now comes the interesting comparison. While Honda with Koraidon might only present a movable statue, the RAI shows it with the UMV. How far autonomous two-wheel technology can truly advance. And now it's your turn. What are your thoughts on self-balancing or even completely autonomous motorcycles? Do you see this as exciting future technology, or do you prefer to keep pure, unfiltered control? And if you want to know how things will progress with these technologies, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'll keep you updated.